Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting tutorial. I'm Gomati Sivasankaran and we are in class 27 of the large canvas painting, Ardhanareeshwarar painting, half man, half woman, a complete universe where there is a balance of masculine and feminine energy. This painting has gone through quite a journey. Let's quickly go over what we have done. So we started with the layer one, which is a wash. Then we did referencing, plotting, placing grids and using the grids to build the superstructures on a canvas. Then we blocked, which is the layer two. Layer three started giving a little bit of dimensions. Layer 4 further enhanced depth and dimension, and we are now building onto that and creating layer 5, which is further more into the dimensions, also working on nuances, and we are aiming at coming to a close with this layer 5. Yeah. So, and in the last session, the last 2 3 sessions, the focus was on the layer 5. We have worked on the skin tonality, body of Shiva and also Shakti, and we have also worked on their clothing to a certain extent. Then we have, except for the silk area and of the jewelry, and we have also worked on the bull. The last session was focusing on the bull. We haven't worked on their hair texture as such yet. Um, we will come to that when we use a little more of that burnt umber in some other places. Today, we want to focus on the lion. And at least in my case, I had mentioned that the way my lion is, I'm still not so convinced, and I'm still looking at the way to improve. So I think it's going to be a bit of a journey for me here, and you will see, I would say this as a corrections first to the line, and trying to rework on the line. So that's what I am going to do, and essentially I will stick to surprise yeah, yellow ochre, burnt umber, ivory black, if needed vermilion yellow, maybe towards the end, and of course titanium white. I don't see any other color range popping up. Yeah, I do have the cadmium orange color to brighten up if I need, but let's see. Yeah, I might take that. And in the last session, I was telling you how to create, the fur effect and so on. And I was searching for my angular brush. I think I found it. So this time I will try to use the angular brush to show you how that works as well when we do the hair texture of the lion. Yeah. So we will work on that. It's going to be a kind of intense session, at least for me, because I feel not so convinced with the lion. If you are great with animals and if you've already done a great job, you might want to, maybe browse through what is there in this class and see if you can take something or leave it. Yeah, I know that some people are really very good with animals, and if you are, then maybe this session is going to be an easy breezy thing. But otherwise, for ones who are struggling equally like me, this could be a session that could you know change things around. Yeah, I have been, it's a learning journey. I've never been close to animals in my life, so my understanding of animals is only through pictures and videos, and so this is someone who is not totally educated in this area. So um, but I have come to learn and respect each animal slowly and steadily through art. So yeah, what do we do when you do not have enough knowledge on a subject? So it takes time to learn. So this is also a session, for us to just be humble in that manner, to say, yeah, I might not know all the subjects so well. And yes, we might get, as an artist, you will come across projects to work on where there will be something that you have no clue of and you've been asked to do. Just trust in that aspect, that somebody is trusting in your capability. And with honestly, if you try to make an attempt, things materialize slowly, steadily. That's how I say to myself, this is what I have learned, and help me. I would just request the lion to help me today, to guide me the way, yeah, on whatever is going to come up. So, with all that positive note, let's get started by pushing this camera to the front, bringing the lion to the center now. Yes, that's something we could do. And I am going to pick up some colors. I think I am running out of colors in my palette. So yellow ochre. Yeah, I can move the camera down to support the view of whatever I'm trying to. Yeah. So I've taken yellow ochre already, burnt umber, little more of that. Ivory black, I think, is still there, or maybe that also needs a bit of refill. Mm, yeah, that is enough. And then titanium white, there is some here. I guess it will hold good. What else? Vermilion, and yeah, let's take it. A little bit of vermilion if I need. I might need. Yeah. And let's see. Primary yellow, lemon yellow, a little bit of it. I guess we are done with the colors. The brushes are almost the same, except that the angular brush I want to show you how to use when we do the fur. Yeah, so I'll have it ready with me. Seems fine. I think I have my brushes that I need ready. Let's do the refill of the cold pressed raw linseed oil, so I don't have to hop around. Okay, a little bit of that. Yes. And whatever I take, I try to use it as much as possible. You see that it's going on for at least 3 to 4 classes that I don't do the refill, and that's usually the case. Yeah. So yeah, that's the chaos that you see overall, and I think enough of the chaos. Let's go to the serene beauty of the painting and start working on it. So first of all, corrections. For me, there is quite a bit of corrections, and to start with, I am not too convinced with the eye itself, so I want to rework. And when I start with the correction, I prefer a lighter tonality and a zero brush. Yeah, this is brush number 0 or 1. Yeah, this is 1. whatever that is, a smaller brush that has got a pointed tip will help. I'm gonna take a little bit of titanium white and see if I can, I want to check if I have any other, blemishes here too, or sometimes, there is paint sticking to it that is not helping us smoothen surfaces. So I'm just going to make this circle slightly on the larger scale. So the eye is slightly, bigger. That's one thing I wanted to do. So I want to really adjust the spacing of the eye. Yeah, that's one thing. The moment I have done it, I wanted the vermilion to go there, and it might turn pink. But if you load it, in my case, I'm having to correct it in one go, and I'm trying my best to do it with the vermilion on top of here. So it goes really on the brighter side of it. Yeah. So I think I managed that. Yes. And then I want to take the zero brush, another zero brush possibly to do the black dot. Now I see why the angle wasn't right. Okay. This is where I had made a mistake in the first thing. So the eye, where is it looking? I had that slightly in the on this, and right now I want to take a bit of burnt umber and mix it with the ivory black a little bit and have that, darker brown ready. So I could do the eye nicely. Hmm. It's the shape of the eye that I wasn't convinced with. Yeah. I thought it could be better. Hmm. Okay, I think I have it done here. I think there is some need for a little more of vermilion in this space here. Hmm. Slightly better, can be better. We still work on it. Gonna wipe off the other brush to take a bit more of the titanium white. I want to mix a little bit of yellow ochre to it to not make sure that it doesn't totally look whitey white. Um, and go over the under eye slightly and give that refined look here. The under eye of the animal. Beauty. Yes. Okay, I guess it is helping. I want that white spot also going in the eye, the light. I'm gonna give that light catching there. So just giving the white, wiping it off and giving it again on this eye as well. Yes. Okay. Uh, Better. And let's do this titanium white mixed with a bit of yellow ochre, what we did under eye. Yeah, I'm basically reworking here. Yeah. So I'm doing this. I'm filling this out here a little bit. So the color, is much more on the cleaner side. And the jawline also I felt was kind of error. And I wanted the so there is this hair coming out of this spot as well. Yeah, and I wanted that to be done in the lighter tonality so that we can build the uh, beard sort of a thing that the animal has. Hmm. Yes. And I'm just leaving it slightly on the what do you call on a pokey side. Yes, not too smooth. I'm just leaving it rough. Huh? That's one thing. Now the look itself changes. You see, and I want to not use too much of that white here, but take a little bit of that and possibly yeah, you can use an earbud if you want. I'm using my finger most of the time, but yeah. So I'm just lightening up the space um, over the nose, the tip of the nose. Okay, I've taken care of that. That was the main thing. And I'm going to go back to that ivory black to do the darker, tonality, bringing it down here. Yes, I think it's much more sharper. So this is one thing taken care of. But before we go into the fur, I think I missed showing the detail. Maybe the picture itself that we referenced wasn't showing the detail of the ear of the animal. So I want to build that, and I'm thinking of, showing a little bit here. So I'm using the black itself. All right, I'm using the black to just give that space there, yeah, of the ear for the ear. And if you are using another reference, so remember, whatever reference I have given you is something that I have researched. Uh, and for animals, if you want to take another reference to work on, it's also a good idea that you take something. But just make sure that the animal is just smiling or at peace. You don't want it looking wild, at least in this context. So you can pick up anything that you feel comfortable with to work on. Yeah. So I have built on this ear space for the ear. And so this is a lot of correction, isn't it? So I'm trying to build the center of that. ear. That will be the lighter spot where the hair texture is beginning, and I want to show that. Yeah. And I will give slight hair textures on the darker section also, of the lighter tonality. Yes, I've left it like that, and now I can use another color to build on that. So I go back to the burnt umber to build on some texture of the hair inside the ear. Mhm. Yeah, it doesn't have a big ear, so it has to be, within the space that we built in for the overall, hair and so on. So now I take the yellow ochre to give some strokes in it. Yeah, I guess this is kind of okay. Um, then with the hair lines that we have built, let's start working on them. There is about we have darker tonalities, and I want to build a darker tonalities and then do the layering of the lighter tonalities. Um, so we already have a neutral tone of yellow ochre, at least in my case. So I'm just going to pick up the darkest of the tonalities in my brush number one. I think this is brush number one, yes. So I'm going to wipe off my brush, go to that burnt umber I mixed with black. So it's really on the darker side. That's the darkest of the burnt umber that I have built. So I'm just going to boldly go over creating those strokes and not necessarily ending them anywhere. So I'm just creating those strokes. And I think I wanted to show you also how to use the zero brush versus how to use an angular brush to do this as well. So I'm going to show you shortly about that. Yeah. So right now I'm using my zero brush, or brush number one. I could do with that, brush number, yeah, zero, but brush zero as well. But I'm just using this right now. And look at the strokes that I'm making. Now I'm boldly going overboard in that area and not bothering about, where it is, blue um, from the mountains. I'm just creating those strokes right now. Yeah. So if I have to go about using the angular brush instead, the angular brush gives this nice tip. So that's also, this is brush number, I think this is brush number 4 or something of the angular brush. I have this, and I'm going to use the tip also to build this. So it's also possible to do it with this. The strokes can be thicker, thinner, wherever you want. You want a thicker stroke, you can pull it around. If you want a thinner stroke, go by the tip. So you can play around with it. Yeah, really. So that's how, if you see, it's And I'm just giving slight rough strokes, not trying to end it anywhere because I want a lighter layer also coming up in between. Yeah. So there will be a lighter layer, and then there is this white also, and then you'll have some whiskers to work with. So it's a lot that is coming up here, and I'm just making some more bold strokes with the angular brush here. So if I have to come back to the brush number one or brush zero, you'll see that it's thinner strokes that is coming up. So you can play around with thick and thin with both equally. So if I want to make a thicker stroke with this, also I could, play around doing that. So it's really, I just wanted to demonstrate this that, of course it helps to have smaller brushes or larger brushes in your palette in your workspace, but if you don't have, it should not be a showstopper also. So you can experiment using the same brush to do many things. Mm. So it's about just practice. Yeah, more you practice, you get it right. So here I have given those strokes. I think I want to give some more strokes here. I want to give those bolder strokes exactly close to where the blue mountains are. Now he gets, oh my God. I really feel that the animal is coming up. Now with all those nice, so and there is also something about the hair in uh, the body isn't so plain, it's not when it's not totally furry at the same time. It isn't plain as well. So if I have to compare to the skin tone of a bull, um, you might see very less of a hair, very close if you move towards the animal. But I have never done that. I know I have seen bulls and buffaloes and yeah, cows. So closer, I haven't done with the lion. Maybe in the zoo, but I can see that there is some sort of hair here also in the body. Yeah, maybe it's not so much hairy like this, but there is. So I want to, especially the underbelly area has some sort of yeah, furry effect to it. So I'm just gonna give that here. Okay, fantastic. Um, and here I just wanted to adjust the way the leg is posed. Yeah, because this isn't the I'll take a little bit of black to also give that angle here strongly. And then we can work on it later. So I'm going to give that darker tonalities also here using the black. There is some, I don't want to go and spoil that nice, beautiful sari that we have done. Okay, so I just want to give them some sort of spots here on the body, so it looks like it's not a perfect, you know, uh, smooth skin tone. Definitely no. So I just want to give that effect a little bit here on the legs as well. Yeah. So that's about it. And let me see if I could add. Right. I think I have given that effect that I needed here. I will tone it down a little bit when we start with the um, lighter tonality. So we are not we are not even started with the lighter tonality. So let's just work on the darker ones wherever we want. We can come back to darker tonalities if we want to club things and show dimensions and so on. But right now, I think I am done using most of the dark shades. Yeah, ready for the lighter shades. Ah, yeah, not yet. Sorry. I want to go over those darker tips and these areas one more time. I'm using the brush number 1. Just go over this one more time. It's already creating that angle even though we haven't done the lighter tonalities. But of course, we'll do that as well. Yeah. Mm. We have enough. In the face, I think I will do a little more of shading. Okay, let's come back to the lighter strokes now. So I think I will wipe off my brush clean, brush number 1 clean, to go back to some lighter strokes. And we did have this white, isn't it? I want to add a little more of the yellow ochre. So it is still on the lighter side because of the titanium white, but it will be slightly darker as compared to what we have here in the um yeah, in here, what we have done near the mouth. And also I'm because just going to test if it's the same. It's almost the same. I think I want a little more of the titanium white to be added. It has to be slightly lighter so that we are able to give some sort of effect to this here. It is. It is. I've tested it here. A couple of strokes, and I think it looks better now. Yes. So these were the strokes that I was thinking of because we want to use the layer 4. I don't want to hide layer 4 completely. Yeah, I want to use it as it should start, appearing as though it's another, stroke of hair when we do that. So I'm just working on the brush number 1 and going around and creating some nice fine hair strokes here. Yeah. When it gets darker because of the brush gets darker because you've been using it, mixing it with this darker tonalities here, you can wipe off. Remember to wipe off, yeah? So now that I am adding this, the texture is getting interesting here. Ah, wow. This is a learning. Beautiful. And I want this lighter brown, lighter yellow ochre strokes also going all the way down. Wow. Yeah. Um, this is a lot of, in a way, it feels like you're repeating, and it is a humongous task. Um, I have seen paintings and artwork of, experts who are into painting realistic animals, and I've seen their work, the intensity um, with which they work. It's just admirable. I totally adore the way they work. You could also take inspiration from their artwork to do one of these, the animals. If you already know some of those uh, top artists and have access to their videos or tutorials and so on, you could do that. Maybe you've already done that. But just be aware of one thing. This painting has a central message. Yeah. So just keep that central message in focus and do not end up, creating too much of reality in one area versus something looking really artificial in another area. You want to keep a balance, and that's also a reason why you've seen me moving in every layer. I'm moving totally across the canvas, so we could build that uniformity of realism, or uh, whatever that we are trying to build. So just try to keep it to that level of neutrality that we need. I think it is all come out nicely here. We need few more strokes to do and the whiskers to do. But before that, because we have this lighter tonality ready, I want to use a little bit of that to blend into the front of the leg of the animal. And I will use a earbud possibly to just, take it in and sink it in here, along with the darkest tonality that we had blended in the side of the leg. Do the same thing for the other leg. I haven't come down to the paw, so if you're not able to see the paw, don't worry, I have not touched that yet. I'm going to shift the camera or move this canvas slightly upwards so you can see when I start working on that. Yeah. So moving this. So the focus is now on the paw here. Again, I'm going to use that lighter tonality to build in that flash area. Take the dark sections to also define them a little bit. And we can blend it in, yeah, nicely. Yes. So we blend. Feels like I'm scratching with this, huh? The other way to do it is also take a neutral brush and brush it also off. That's also another way to do. So I'm taking on a brush without any paint. So it's fresh and I'm just blending it. So you can actually blend it with any of these things. Huh? Mm-hmm. This leg can look slightly on the. I just wanted to make the size slightly bigger. It looked slightly smaller, so I'm just, adjusting it a little bit and darkening the side of it and just. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. And again, blending it with a neutral brush. It looks slightly okay now. I think it was lacking that size somehow. I think I didn't get it right in the first go. And okay, adjusting it here a little bit so the legs look. mm, I like now. So that was about the leg, and I think let's go back to the face a little bit. Yeah. In the face, what we wanted to do, what I wanted to do really was to give some highlights here using the lightest tonality that we did. So there is this, slight projection of, um, I'm struggling with all the brushes. I need to put them down. What did I need? I needed slight projection of the bone here over the eye. So I wanted it to be slightly on the lighter side. So it doesn't look totally. Yes. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then some lighter strokes here. I guess I can blend them in one more time with the earbud a little bit. Yeah. And the side of it slightly, the eye area slightly lighter here. Kind of building it to bring the nose up. Yes, I guess this is it. And right now, I want to see if the ear is visible clearly. I think we have made a kind of suggestive impact. So I guess it is kind of okay right now. So we are going to work on the whiskers again right now. Before that, I want to check if these things highlighted are in the right, you know. Hmm. Okay, so let's go to the whiskers. Then this is going to be a challenge for me here because everything is wet. It's wet on wet. Hmm. Okay, the focus is on whiskers. God bless me. God help me. Okay, let's start with the darker tonalities first. Yeah, so I'm starting with the black whiskers, black or the dark burnt umber, whatever you want to. So I have that ready in my brush number one, and tip is ready. Okay, the tip is ready. So I recreate those whiskers here. Very tiny, tiny, tiny strokes. Yeah, because the white is still wet. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. So I'm going up and out of that stroke, coming out of it. Yes. Yeah. Survived. Go again with the whiskers here. one on the jawline, the white that we had built. We also need to work on that a little bit because it looks right now, like it's just separated. We want to show that it is connected. So whiskers coming out from there. Wow. Yeah. Let me see a few more strokes. Okay, I think it is time for me to move into the lighter tonality strokes. Uh, I'm just checking one more time if I need to give in a little more of the darker shades anywhere. Use those darker strokes also in the lighter stroke area if you feel like giving the depth somewhere. Yeah, I guess right now the focus goes to the lighter strokes, so I'm going to clean the brush, wipe it off thoroughly, or if you want to take another brush, that's also a great idea. So we're drawing the white whiskers, and remember, we already have the lighter tonalities here. So, and the white isn't the complete titanium white. Mix it a little bit with the yellow ochre, burnt umber, anything that you feel like, so it looks slightly natural. Yeah. So thin strokes, white strokes are going to go out like that. Especially it's on the darker area, so it's showing clearly that it's going there. Okay, some more here. Hmm. Yeah. I guess I'm going to make a stop. There is no end to this. Yeah. But I think this is essentially giving the effect, and the line is looking majestic. Majestic. Happy. Yeah. So I'm going to go over the teeth with the titanium white mixed a little bit with yellow ochre to just refine that teeth one more time. Okay, I think I never used the yellow, though I took the lemon yellow, but I did not use it. But it makes sense to just stop with this, isn't it? Yeah. So that's it. I've not redone the lip. Maybe I would just do a little bit of, the translucent vermilion, not too much. Going over it one more time. Hmm. That is enough, I think. Yeah. Yes. I guess I'm going to make a stop with the line, and let's just push him back so you get a total perspective of how he is looking. Okay, good. So, mhm. So I'm going to move the thing back. And in the overall view, if you look at the lion, he isn't attracting too much attention. He looks in his place, okay, and is in sync with the overall picture. And that's where I would say, yeah, let's make a stop here with this animal. Yeah. So, yep, that was it for today's session. And I have also learned something through this. Uh, yeah, to how to adjust things also in this scale. Okay. So, like I always say, today's session was also about, giving it another chance, um, to say, okay, there is a need to change certain things, even at the stage where we are trying to close and do the nuances and so on. Yeah. So we did the line today, and we make a stop here. And I would always tell you, like in all sessions, to remember to write to me, support at theglazestudio.dk, if you have any queries, comments, feedback to share. Remember to take picture of what you're doing and share it along with your mail when you have specific questions or concerns that your painting is completely way off from the grid that we have here, or also on the references. Yes. As always, stay healthy, stay blessed, stay motivated to see this painting through. You're doing a fantastic job. Congratulations on that, and let's meet again in the next class. Bye bye.